Hello and good evening, YouTube. This is the Collector here, 6741. Now, this is the new American TCG Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list that is going up as of April 1st. But they do not have when this list will expire, because there is no secondary date, like all the other lists used to be. Because the old one said from January 1st to March 31st. So we had a time frame when the next ban list would be active. But now this one just says effective from April 1st. But we don't know when it's going to expire. I'm pretty sure it's going to expire sometime either before or after Worlds. Because Worlds takes place in August, I think. I think it takes place in August. So maybe they're saving it for that long. But oh well. Let's go down the list and let's see what they've done. And we can already see that Blaster, Redox, Tidal, and Tempest, the 4 big E dragons, are now out of the game, just like Japan had it, which is very, very sad. But oh well, it happens. It's really sad for me because I really liked having Blaster in my boxing deck, but I'll have to have a plan B to use my my combo. We see nothing else has changed on the list. But we also see this one has changed. Snatch Steel is now going back out. It was in for one, and now it's gone. So we pretty much have about 2 more weeks to snatch our opponent's card. After that, we can't snatch it no more. We'll have to use Mind Control or Enemy Controller. That's pretty much all we have left. And they did not ban any more traps. And now we go down to the cards pushed to 1. Now we see Sinister Serpent has made a return to the list at 1, but his text has been changed. Of all the new cards that they are bringing back at 1, I will do a secondary video to show their new errata change, as well as show off the original card. Because I do have the original cards of these cards that were changed. So Sinister Serpent has returned at 1 with the new text, but Tour Guide of the Underworld will be reduced to 1. So Burning Abyss players are going to take a hit with that. And we see Dragon's Ravine is coming back to 1. But see, it's at 1. And Dragunity players need 3 of those field spells in order to really function the deck if that card ever gets destroyed. Because I know they're not going to play 3 field barriers to keep that 1 field card afloat. So I don't know, because they can use Caius and remove the card, and then it's dead. Because it says it couldn't be destroyed unless the field barrier gets destroyed. But if it gets removed or bounced off the field, then it doesn't matter. So having 1 Dragon Ravine is not good enough. So that's bad. They're putting Patrician of Rights at 1, and I know that's ritual support. Sacrifice is going to 1. And Symbol of Heritage is going to 1. And then Temple of the Kings is returning to 1, but with its new text. Again, I'll show the original card and then read off the new text change on the next video. Then we see Crush Card Virus, Exchange of the Spirit, and Ring of Destruction are all coming back at 1, but of course they have the new change. So I will have those cards ready for the next video. And then we see Skill Drain is getting pushed down to 1, and Vanity's Emptiness is getting pushed down to 1. So that is, to me, I'm like, okay, well, I never really ran Vanity's Emptiness. I had the commons when they were available, and I made quite a bit of good money on those commons because they were quite expensive at that time. And then now they are like, what, $5, $6 now because of the last reprint that came out of the Secret Forces. So that's okay. Now the card is reduced to 2. We see Quillfort Scout is being kicked down to 2 because the Quillfort deck is very powerful. And then this, pretty much still a brand new card, the Necros of Brionic. Very expensive card. And it is now kicked down to 1. And that deck has been murdering TCG tournaments for the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, month or 2. Whenever that card really hit the stage, it has started wrecking formats. And then we see Legendary 6 Samurai Shien is now coming back to 2. So 6 Samurai players can now rejoice that they have 2 Shiins to block spells and traps. And we see Charge of the Light Brigade and Secret Swords of the 7 Stars returning to 2. Secret Swords is not going to have a lot of play because all the big E-Dragons are now out. So not too many people are going to run level 7s unless they make a level 7 and then do it, but that kind of takes too much. Lightsworn players can be happy that they got Charge. The Light Brigade is now at 2, so they can play 2 charges. So that's cool. And then now all the cards going to 3. Brotherhood of the Firefish Spirit. All of the baby dragons are now returning to the game, but now that their big dads are out, having the baby dragons in doesn't really matter. So Burner, the Pebble one, the Droplet one, and then Lightning of Ruler of Drafts. Having those back in the game doesn't really change the game. I don't know. I think that's a big kick in the head right there. And then Gladiator Beast Bestiari is returning to 3. That is good. I actually do like that. I think that is overdue. We should have had Bestiari at least back at 2 last format. But having it at 3 now, that's fantastic. And Longfire Blossom is going to 3. So that's pretty cool. And we see Mr. Goyo Guardian is now going to 3. I'm so glad I sold my original ones at Anime Expo last year and made some good money on those. And we see Hieratic Seal of Convocation is now going to 3. So Hieratic players can rejoice and have 3 of those. So that is the list of the TCG version of the banned list for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I don't really have much to say except for the errata cards that they have resurrected with new effects. I think that's kind of an insult to how the cards used to be. Because in Japan, they resurrected Dark Magician of Chaos. And his effect was changed. But it didn't happen for the TCG. So, and of course, Chaos Emperor Dragon also had an errata change in the OCG. But for the TCG American players, they did not give it to us. And of course, free our man Stratos. I'm sure people will say other words. But yes, Mr. Stratos is still gone. And I don't know if he'll ever make a return. But that is the list for the TCG as effective April 1st. And it's not an April Fool's joke. And that's just what Konami chose to do. So this is the Yugi Collector 6741. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will have a follow-up video about the new erratic cards so we can do some more talks about them. So see you guys for the next video.